Hello guys, today we have a new project. It is a WYSIWYG editor and this is built using HTML, CSS and vanilla JavaScript, no plugin used. So today we will create this from scratch and this is the final version. I will give you a demo how it is working. So we can come in here and type something. Let's say I type this text. I can highlight it and add some formatting. Let's say bold and italic. I can make it a H1 or H2 heading. Depends on what we need. I can remove the heading again. I can remove this one, and if I click on this, it will be removed. You see all the formatting is gone. I will select again. I will click on a strike through. It add this strike through effect in here. Now in the end we have two buttons, undo and redo. If I click on this undo, it will just go back in the time and it will start changing the formatting. So you can see it has added now the bold effect, the italic, the H2, the H1. Now again the italic and the bold. It removes the italic, bold, and now the initially where we have typed the text. Now if we click on again on the undo, it will remove one character at a time. So you see we have typed it, so it is removing it one by one. So this is undo and redo. Now if I click on the redo, I want to again add the text here. So if I just click on it, it will just redo all the effect that we have added to the text. Now see it is going H1 and H2. So this is the functionality we are going to build. Now let's say we just refresh it again, come in here and we paste some text in it which has some formatting in it. So this one here, this text is italic. So if I click in here, you will see the editor is reading this text and it is trying to understand if there is any formatting added already. So this is italic text. So it highlights this option that when it says yeah this is italic. Now if I click here, there is no formatting, so there is no option highlighted here. So this is the demo of this WYSIWYG editor and we are going to build it from scratch. Now let's start with the project setup, and by default I have just created three files: HTML, JavaScript and the CSS file. And this is the HTML. It's very simple HTML, not some complex one, very simple. And here we have this div which is our editor. I have given it ID of editor and then this this attribute, the content editable true. Now when we add this attribute, it makes that particular element editable and we can add anything inside it. So this is important to understand that we need to add this content editable. And then I have added this data attribute placeholder. We will use it to add the placeholder text. So if I go to the final version, if I refresh it, you see this placeholder is coming. This we are reading from here and then we are adding as a placeholder text. So this is what we will use for the placeholder. And the JavaScript we have no code, so we'll write everything from scratch. So now let's start with the basic thing. Now we need to get reference to, so now we need to get reference to all these buttons and some variables that we will need. So let's just define variables and then get reference to all these elements, and then we will define few more variables that we will need in this project. So let's start with the editor. So let's select it. We will select document.getElement by ID because we have given it an ID of editor. This is our editor. Now let's select the bold button. This is our bold button. Next we have the italic button. And its ID is italic button. Next we have underline button. Next we have heading 1 button. And we will select it with ID, which is heading 1 button. Then we have the heading 2. So just copy and paste it here and just change the name. Heading 1, heading 2. Next we have strike through. Button. Document.get element by ID. We'll select it. It's a strike through button. Next is superscript button. So let's define a variable superscript. Get element by ID. Superscript button. Next we have subscript button. So we will just change the name in here. Okay, it's a wrong name. Let me correct it. Superscript, and this is subscript. Next we have undo and redo button. So undo button. Next we have redo button. We will change the name in here, and now we have reference to all the buttons or all the elements that we need for this editor. Now I will define few more variables that we will use later when we add some other functionality. So I'll just define them in here. First we get the placeholder text. This we will use it when we add the placeholder functionality. So we will get it from editor.get attribute, not animation, attribute, and we will get it from data placeholder. And next we will define a history stack. It will be an array. Next will be history index. We'll start with -1. Next is initial state, which is true, and one more variable which is processing action, which is by default false. Okay, so these are the variables that we will use in this project. Now let's start with the first functionality, which is when we first time load this editor, we want to see some placeholder text in here. So let's just add it. So what we do, we say editor, which is our this editor where we will write something. We will get it text content. We will say trim, and we will say if there is no text content, it means there is no value inside it, or we did not type anything inside it. Then what we want to do, we want to add some text inside it. So we'll say editor.text content, and we will set its value to placeholder text, and we will add a class to this editor, which is placeholder. So now if we save it, we come in here, you see first time when we refresh the page, when we land on this page, it adds this placeholder text in here. So this is the first step. Now next is like when we click inside it, we need to remove this text, right? We don't want it there. It's just a placeholder text. So let's add a few more event listener for this editor. I will add first event listener, which is focus. So when we click inside it, it means this editor is in focus state. So we want to remove this placeholder text. So what we do, we say if our editor has the class list which is placeholder, it means we have added a, see here we added the placeholder class. So if there is any text which is a placeholder, then we can get check if there is a placeholder class, then we will just remove the text content. We will set it to empty string, and we will remove this class as well because we don't need it anymore. So we will say editor.classlist.remove. So we remove the placeholder class. Now if we save it, we come in here, we refresh the page. On the page load, we add this placeholder text. If we click inside it, it will remove the placeholder text. So this is working. Next is our blur. So we click inside, we remove it. If I click outside, that is a blur event. We want to add that placeholder text back to this editor. So let's add that functionality now. We will say editor.add event listener. This time we need a blur event, and this blur event will be fired when we click outside the editor. So we will check if editor.text content, we'll trim it, and we'll check if it is equals to the empty string. It means we did not type inside it. So that time we want to set editor.text content equals to placeholder text, and we want to set the class again. So editor.classlist.add, we will add placeholder class again. So now let's check this functionality. We open this page. On the page load, it adds this placeholder text. When we click on it, it removes it. If we click outside, it adds the placeholder back. So this is working. Now the next is when we type something inside this one, and then if we select some text, right now if we select something, let's say I select this one, I click on this, nothing is happening, right? Because we have not added any functionality. So now what we will do, if we click on any of this button, we will add a functionality to convert that particular text with that formatting. So first start with the bold one, which is the bold button. So what we do, we'll add an event listener to this bold button. So we say bold button dot add event listener, which is click. If we click on this button, what we want to have a callback function that should be executed if we click on the bold button. Okay, so for here to convert, or let's say to apply some formatting to a text, we have a built-in browser functionality, and we are going to use that function in here, and that function is document.execute command. This is what we are going to use it, and first parameter it takes is a command to let's just see it what we pass and does it really work. So we pass it like, let's say bold. We want to make the selected text bold, so we pass it in here, and the second parameter, which is always false, we will pass the second parameter as false. Third is the value. If we want to pass some value, right now let's say it's null. If we save it, we come in here, let's say I type some text in here and I select it, I want to make it bold, I click on it. Is it a bold? Yeah, this gets converted into bold. Let's just inspect it and see what actually happened. So if we check, you see it is a bold text now. So when we use this command, execute command, we pass like I want to convert like I want to execute this bold command. So we have selected some text, and then when we click on it, it add that selected format in it, which is the bold. Now let's say if I select it back and click on this one again, what happens? It has removed that one. So it works in the both way. It will add it if it is not already there, and if it is already there, the formatting is already applied, it will remove it. So this is the function we are going to use it. Now this is for the bold button. Now we want to add it for the italic and underline, h1, h2, strike 3, all these options. So let's add for the italic, which is italic button, and we will add event listener to it, which is click. When we click on it, it will execute this callback function, and inside it we will say execute this command, and we will say this time execute this one. Now we save it. Let's just test the italic one. So we type some text in it, we select, click on this one, it made it italic. We can verify it if we inspect it. Yeah, it is italic. Now if we select it again and click on this one, it is removed. So if we inspect it again, it's just a text. There is no italic formatting applied to this text. So this is working. Now we can add all these commands to all the options, but that will be like repeating code again and again. So we will create a helper function, and then we will call that function. So here I will create a new function. I will name it toggle format, and it will accept two parameters. One is the command that we wants to execute, and second is the value. By default we will keep it as null, and now we will just move this code from here to here, and the command will come from here and the value will come from here. Now let's just call this function here. If we just say this one in here, we will pass the bold, and same thing we will do it for the italic. You will say execute this command, save it. Let's just test it again if it is working or not. I have typed text, select bold, it is working. Let's see. Oh, it is not working. So we need to pass a callback, not a function call. It should be a callback function. So yeah, now let's test it. So if I type something in here, select it, click on the bold, it makes it bold. If I click again italic, if I expand it, yeah, it is italic and the bold, both are applied. So, and let's say if I remove this one, now it's only bold. If I remove this one, now it is only text. So our reusable function is working. Now let's move to the underline. We can add the same function for the underline. So I will just put it here. I will add it to underline button instead of this italic command. This time we will execute underline. We save it here. Let's see if it is working. We select it, click on this one. Yeah, it is working. So first three are working. Now next we have two headings. For that, for the headings, there is a special command that we need to pass, and for that we need to modify our this function. So what we will do, we will come in here and we will check if command is equals to format block. So if it is a format block, it means we need to pass that command in here, and then see right now it will work if we just pass it in here, but this check we will need it, and I will explain you why we need this check. So for now let's just add the else part as well. We will just put this thing in here and this in here. So right now it will just work for the h1 and h2 heading as well. So I will just add heading h1 button, and we have one more which is heading h2, and here we will pass this one. So this is the command, we will pass format black, and the next we will pass the value. Now this value is like what we want to convert. So this is a heading, so we pass h1. So we say h1, this is the value that we want to execute it, and same for the h2 heading. So this time it is h2, this is what is the value, and this is going to be format block. So now if I save it and come in here, if I type something text and click on this one, let's inspect it. It is, yeah, indeed it is a h1 heading. If we click on the h2, it makes it h2 heading. So this is working. Now if we click again on it, will it remove it? No, it is just converting back and forth. So if we click on h1, it is there. If we click on h2, it converts into the h2. It is bold now, and when we click on bold again, it removes the formatting, right? But if we click on the h1 first time, it adds the h1 formatting, but if we click again on it, it does not remove it. Why is that? Now this one we need to handle differently. So this is the part 1 of this video. This is already a 20 minutes long video, so rest of the functionality we will cover in next video. If you want to see any projects, you can comment and I will try to add that project. You can like the video and subscribe to the channel for the more exciting upcoming projects, and I will see you in the next part. Thank you.